see it?
Hey.
We can do it together.
Yeah.
Look, Dondo Invoker probably means Lumi's going to get a lot more points.
There you go. Easy.
Jesus.
And Puppy Enigma. He's going to push towers. You know how much points towers are worth? 1 point each.
Wow.
Wow, that's a lot, actually.
Yeah,
That's a lot of...
one.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, so now the previous screen is close enough so that Andy can actually read it.
I can see!
You can see!
Because Andy has really bad eyesight, the lovely camera lady, Sarah,
She gets me, man.
Not available.
I think it's Sora.
Has pushed the screen closer to Andy's face. What's up?
That's good.
Never mind. I just corrected it on how you pronounce her name.
Sarah.
Sarah.
I'm just amazed as to how this transpired. Like, how did it get so far out of control so quickly?
I don't know.
I just... Who do you want to compare? Come on. Let's talk about Phobos and Illidan. It's fun.
All right.
Okay, we're doing a 4-man this because it's completely out of control anyway. So,
let's get Shane up here. Give him a mic.
Yeah. Shane, come here.
You're not on camera.
Just summon Shane out of like...
Do you remember Illidan? Like, I want to go back maybe a year ago. TI3 qualifiers. This guy was the guy that did all the weird skill builds.
Right.
He'll go 1 point on Juggernaut spin.
The no breathe fire Dragon Knight.
The no breathe fire max Dragon Tail.
I still, to this day, cannot abide by that build.
Wait, hold on. What does a check mark mean? That's how
that means the
they
categories that they have over the other person.
Exactly.
Do you not watch the DreamLeague?
But let's remember, one of those checks is irrelevant because one of them is deaths.
No,
so that means that...
No. It's
no, wait, it's lower.
Yeah, the other way around. Okay.
Yeah, less death.
Got it.
You're better.
Sometimes
James,
it takes me a little while.
James, you don't understand is I'm playing the dumb role to make sure that the viewers at home that's obviously asking the same question to now get a clear explanation from Bruno, James, and Andy. Like how sometimes I ask, hey, Andy, should he have gone Lincolns? You know, it's like,
it's not a bad question.
Exactly. It is.
I think we fill that role perfectly well
anyways, back
ourselves.
to the draft.
Thank you very much, Lumi.
We have Batrider, Bench, and Lich.
Okay, so you guys, since we're going here, let me place the heroes in the lanes or something. So Navi, Invoker mid?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, VP just got
It could also be safe lane, but it's less likely. I think that most Invokers are always Quaswex, always mid.
Okay, so let's assume for a moment that we have Batrider mid. Out of those 4 heroes, would you put Batrider mid from Virtus.Pro? You have Lich, Batrider, Bench.
Or Mirana. Mirana actually fares decently well against Quaswex because the base damage is so low.
And G really likes to play Mirana. He plays it a lot.
Okay, let's go with Mirana mid then. Oops. Never mind.
I'm also like incredibly tired of seeing Mirana in pub games because every time I play a game, I just have arrows flying past me the whole game. It's really frustrating. Just that pressure of knowing that there's a Mirana not on the map.
She's one of my favorite heroes right now, just because how versatile she is.
Yeah.
You can get involved anywhere. Maybe not as much as the Meepo support, but still.
Should we actually thank Sing Sing for that? I think he was the guy that brought Mirana into the competitive metagame.
Yes.
Back at the MLG tournament in Columbus.
Columbus, yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot arrow, hit arrow. I think that's how
I'm looking forward to MLG Anaheim. That should be a great Dota 2 tournament.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, lots of teams. Very, very good games. So, going back to DreamLeague for a second,
I'm
please.
okay.
Enigma. Does Enigma ever offlane anymore?
Not really. There's no reason to.
He can.
It's offlane Nyx, man.
Yeah, it's offlane Nyx.
I know, but...
You playing the dumb role?
Yes!
Bruno's like, could you do this?
Okay,
Bruno
guys, we can't all play the dumb role.
Okay, wait.
What if we do? What if we do?
We just ask questions, but no one has any answers.
Look, Bruno didn't even know that disruption doesn't stop Chen Senback, okay?
What didn't even know? You made a similar mistake. No, Lumi made a similar mistake. Mechanic mistake like 2 minutes later.
What?
You're
like, I had to disrupt him because of the Chen Senback. And we're like, Bruno, that would have saved him.
No,
he would have just got back to base for free.
Yeah, but he didn't.
You don't know. That's because he didn't get sent back.
Yeah.
That Chen wasn't even there. He was like level 3. Whatever, man.
Maybe I knew that Chen wasn't there, and I was just making you mad.
Well, that worked. Congratulations. So, Na'Vi, they pick up ES. They've got a very difficult team to engage into, to be honest.
Yeah, here's a dumb question, Andy.
Okay.
So, is Earthshaker pick as a way to kind of counteract against Batrider initiation? He come in with the blink lasso, you fissure him, and then you just wreck the Batrider.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's good until he gets the
great too. I mean, they have a lot of counter initiation.
Yeah.
Like Tornado EMP is good to stop it. Then you have Nyx Carapace and stun. Then you have Earthshaker stun. Then you have potentially a Blink Enigma at some point in the game.
Sure.
But VP have gone for the 5 range, Drow, Aura, Kill All. Maybe it's going to be Arteezy's Blink Midas Mjolnir Drow. Who knows?
Actually,
Bench and Drow.
Yeah, Bench Drow Aura. This is insane damage output.
Big damage.
I really like the fact that teams are coming in with strats for this league. Like Virtus.Pro is a best of one going up against Na'Vi. You know, you don't expect them to bring in Avenge Drow. Just
I think heroes like Sniper and Drow are actually going to be seen probably a little bit more now, just because once players start actively using them, even if it's just in pubs, and they show the potential of a hero like Drow is really good at mowing down towers if she's left alone for like 10 seconds, just because of how much damage her ulti actually gives her. It just gives a little bit of brainstorming capability to drafting, you know?
I want to say I saw Havos playing Storm.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
And I played it before.
And I didn't see Storm play Invoker. Storm play Invoker. No, that's a bit hard. Havos play Invoker. So I'm thinking this is a safe lane Storm.
Havos played Carolina before.
He played Carolina before, and it went
didn't
well.
work out great. Okay.
It went well.
I'm just being honest. It wasn't fantastic, but I liked where his heart was at. He wanted to kill, and he wanted to acquire gold through killing enemies, right? So we're just going to not even...
Yeah, I mean, they
Level 1 smoke.
You don't have to remake. It's fine. We'll quadcast this right now.
Well, if you're okay casting off the screen,
it's
I mean, you don't have the ability to click anything. You have to. You're going to have to tell webpads to go look at things you want to.
No, it's almost like I've also done this before.
Yeah, I think you did.
You have done this.
Yeah.
Hey,
he didn't have at the studio when we didn't have a computer for him. Remember?
I've done it all, man.
Yeah. Can we drop down the last hit menu though? There. Yeah.
There we go. Last hits are really important before the creeps.
Wepas is very obedient. We've been training him at the house.
I'm going to let you guys take this game away.
Fight. Here comes Sticky Napalm. Gonna see a stun on Havos. The Fisher block, and the arrow connects on the back of it. VP looking at the potential first blood. Who gets it? Looks like it's Illidan.
The Havos I know.
All right, man. I get it. Get out of here.
I know.
You bastards.
Yeah, we're leaving.
I'm going to grab the chair, Andy.
All right, go grab the chairs. First blood acquired. Some gold in the pocket of Drow, which is pretty needed gold, I would say, considering Drow's one of those hard carries who does pretty well with items last time I checked.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, I got a curious question. This is not a dumb question. You think that Storm is actually going to do much against Drow? Is that the reason why they picked it, like a Storm against Drow? Like you zip in and you're going to go to work?
Yeah, I mean, if you get the silence, I think it's actually a bit easier to land now that they made it a frontal cone, like kind of works as like deafening does, but way faster.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit easier to land that because you can be farther away.
I meant picking Storm to counter Drow, not the other way.
Oh, you mean jump on the Drow?
Yeah.
Well, I think
Na'Vi had the last pick.
Yeah, I think you can get away with it just because the only way to stop that is the Bat Rider, and you already know you have 3 methods of stopping the Bat Rider. So it's like whoever gets the better initiation is pretty much going to win the fight, just flat out. So in that regard, I would still give Na'Vi a bit of an advantage. And
ooh, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
Jada went for Nova first. Screw that sacrifice.
Got to do that damage.
All right. I wonder if he skilled that at the level 1 fight.
Yeah, level 1 fight for
most
sure.
likely. So there is that. Dendy's going to be doing okay against mid. But I think Havos going to really have a tough time on the bottom lane.
Well, he's going to have a tough time already just because he died. But against the Bat Rider, I don't really think he does that well because having to walk in so close just to be able to Remnant for CS, that still puts you in a pretty dangerous position. And Storm actually got his base movement speed nerfed. So he's 5 speed slower than before, which means that there's potential for very, very aggressive tower diving from a Bat Rider in those situations. So we'll see how well it gets played out. But I still think that Na'Vi's draft is a bit more solid during the mid game, but it does have its potential during that time, and then it starts to fall off.
You mean, again, once the BKB comes out, or like similar to how the Meepo fell off last game?
Yeah, just when your team is primarily comprised around dealing magic damage, like ES, Invoker, even Storm to an extent does a heck of a lot of magic damage, and Nyx is pretty much all magic damage. There's going to reach that like 30, 35 minute point where BKBs are going to start coming out on the Drow, maybe the Mirana even, and then you're going to have not a great time.
Yeah, I think that's where Na'Vi will start have to rely on things like Hexus on your Invoker, Storm going in and prevent BKB from going off, or maybe even the Black Hole to deal with those BKB, but that's very, very far off from then, so we'll kind of leave that point. But Virtus.Pro so far with the first blood doing okay. Kuroki finds a haste rune, but I don't really think he could do much. Do you think that Kuroki should be a mid and just keep Invoker safe? Or do you think he should be a bot and keep the Storm safe? It feels like both lane needs a little bit of help.
I think keeping the Storm safe is a better bet because if you're going mid, the Lich is going to be sacrificing creeps every single wave anyway. So there's no real way you're going to deal with that. And then you're splitting the experience even thinner between you and a hero who needs levels a heck of a lot more than you do. Sure, Storm is level reliant, but he also needs a bit of breathing room to be able to farm up for what I would hope is going to be a fast Orchid for him. But I'm not really kind of seeing it right now. And yeah, it looks like Kuro's just decided to make the transition to the bottom lane and just try to do what he can. But even this I don't feel like this is really favoring Na'Vi that much, just having a second person down here, because what happens if Kuro pulls? He can just walk down and do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about dying, because he knows that Havos doesn't have high enough level in pull to really threaten him with a fissure. You know?
Yeah. Pulling against a Batrider is somewhat dangerous, because when you have the creep wave on your tower, it's very easy for the Batrider to dive. The only thing that Storm has against that is using the Remnant and maybe counterpull, but it seems like our Batrider is going to go straight into the camp and take a little bit of experience here.
Yeah, he's going to get some. And I would read his name, because I know
exactly
James gave us that like feedback. He's like, say the player names, but I can't read it, man.
Yeah.
I'm blind. I'm legally blind.
That looks like a Z or a Harry Potter Thunder mark.
We'll call him Thunder.
Yes.
That'll be good.
Yeah. Or I'm blind.
So, 2 lanes right now, I would say pretty heavily, actually maybe even 3, favoring VP, because the Drow's the highest on the farm right now by a pretty good margin, I would say. So Illidan's obviously having a good time. He got first blood too. And then you have bottom where
perhaps a gank is coming. Fissures. Oh, yeah. The Fissure block Enigma, so that's going to be it. And Thunder easily makes it out of there. I'm sorry.
I know, man. It's actually, it's pretty difficult. But we'll man up. We'll make it through, man. It's me and you. It's me and you.
All right, looks like with the Lich leaving here, Shadow Fiend, or not Shadow Fiend, Dandy is now taking control of that mid lane just a little bit before NS now roaming down. I don't think they actually could get a kill on Dandy, especially with 3 points.
Has to be a long arrow in order to get this kill. Oh, like, G has to be in a really good spot.
Or maybe he could do the leap arrow and then follow it up. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Missile arrow. Snow.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. Can he invoke fast? Nope. No. He tried to turn for the tornado, but he couldn't quite get it. So
a tiny thing that Dandy did there, which you should try to do if you're playing Invoker. When he saw the initiation coming, he put triple cross, which gives you regen. Didn't help him there, but in some smaller cases, it might give him a chance to survive.
The other thing is, too, is if you go triple quas before you get stunned, all you have to do is hit W and then invoke and then ghost walk. Yes. You don't have to hit like the QQW. You don't have to hit the whole thing. You just have to hit 3 buttons instead of, what is it, 5? So definitely, even though he died, you know, pretty high level stuff.
Yeah, doing the correct thing. So Drow Ranger, for those of you guys that haven't seen him, in pro games too much, she is kind of a different beast of a carry / salmon carry. She gets online very, very quickly and kind of a mid-game beast. So we'll see if Illidan's gonna maybe push a lot of towers or maybe take an early Roshan using that early agility from marksmanship.
You can just get a Dominator and solo it at level 7 or 6. Like, that's how much damage she does. Because if you stand at the edge of the Roshan pit, he doesn't sit and hit you the whole time. He'll actually back up for about 2 or 3 swings, which is usually enough for you to steal enough life back to be able to tank it just indefinitely. And if you get a Frost Armor or something like that, or even have Venge standing nearby, or get an arrow from mid, right, it's very, very easy to steal. But I think that Na'Vi are pretty keen to that. And Storm is already level 6, so Havos is going to be able to do some work starting a little bit soon. At the very least, he can TP for counter ganks now, if he had a TP, which is pretty important. But bottom.
Okay, Puppy.
Yeah, he's going to get lassoed. He wants to drag him up to the high ground, but he got double stunned. He's not even going to make it, unfortunately. But he's going to get Frost Blast. Puppy looks like he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Firefly still up. Courier coming in as well. The arrow looks like, wow, that actually hit. That did not look like it was going to make contact there, but G, he secures a kill from mid, long distance.
Puppy on my fantasy league. I don't know, man. That was a good rune check.
Dude, you can't even complain. I forgot to put a player in. Okay.
That's not my fault.
But I lost. I freaking lost, man.
Actually,
it's not good.
It's only for this day, right? Don't they compare the entire points?
Yeah, it's the entire team, because every week every player actually plays in a game. So it's not until the end of the week that we'll know who actually won.
Okay, so we're good.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
looks like
thank you, Scriff.
Illidan. He's going to be getting a kill. And Funnick in top lane with the help.
You know, I'm very curious how that happened if Scriff would showed us.
That was not Scriff, it's Webos.
Or Wepus.
Oh, Puppy. He's going to find that in the woods. There's the
Moonlight Shadow.
Yeah.
He's going to make it out.
Oh, yeah, the sentry.
Okay, we're good, we're good.
Rest in peace, NS. I mean, that was some serious behind enemy line stuff, but even given that, they gave Illidan another kill, so I still think it's worth it.
Oh, actually, very curiously to point this out, there is a enemy. Jada, I'm taking a little bit of. He's not going to die from this. I don't think so, but as I say that here, Impale from long range, not going to hit Tornado, and barely enough damage. What a play from Dandy. Okay, that was pretty impressive stuff. I did not expect that from happening. G, though, coming up from Starstorm, not going to hit here.
What a
Black Hole cancels the leap. G, he is dead.
Wow, that was really sick actually by Puppy. Caught him right in the edge. I am not ballsy enough to ever try black holes like that. You know what I mean? Like I go for the you have to be in the center of my circle black holes. I'm not taking the risk. But he just knows the hero so well that he's like, you know what, man? I'll catch you on the edge.
Sure, no problem.
No big deal.
Earlier, I saw a observer on the ancient camp for Na'Vi, but it looks like it disappeared now. And I was wondering why that was there.
Man, what's it like to be able to see the minimap?
You know,
I can't see it at all.
oh man, Drasco needs his reading glasses.
Dude, it's bad. It's like, it's almost like I'm watching Kaleidoscope Dota from here, which is why I desperately need to be in the lobby.
Can you see the Drow putting up mad deeps on the tower though?
I can't actually see how much health is being taken from the tower, but I know it's a Drow, so I know it's probably a decent amount.
Okay.
Funnick's gonna pop the Vendetta. Here comes Havos. They want to jump straight onto Illidan. Even tries for a TP, very optimistic, and it's gonna be pretty much a free kill here for Na'Vi and Havos. He gets it, but he did buy his Helm of the Dominator before he died. I could see that. You know, I can make out basic shapes.
Okay.
It's just hard to see most stuff. Tornado on mid. Dendy going to throw out the EMP afterwards. Puppy's there to throw out the Malefice as well. Looks like Jotham's going to be taking a fall there. TP coming in. It's going to be NS, but he can't really do anything here. I mean, he just TP'd to pay homage to his teammate.
Cold snap.
And Dendy wants to go back in. I don't think it's off cooldown. Yeah, still 7 seconds left. Okay. That was 7, right?
Yes.
Holy shit.
You're getting it.
I'm concentrating, man. Yeah. I have to like focus really hard to be able to see.
It's good, it's good. So, you know, earlier you were talking about how, as we have, and Dendy, like he just comes in for a couple of right clicks and we're saying, oh no, there's no way he's going to get the kill because he doesn't have cold snap. But if you continuously harass like this, the next opportunity you have that cold snap, you do get the kill. And you can see that the Vengeful Spirit, whose name escapes me right now, NS, is having a tough time. Moonlight Shadow is going to be used. I think they're going to try to set up a kill on the mid lane on a black hole-less Puppy.
I think they should be able to get it one stun. Oh, he even goes for the swap first. Here comes the lasso as well. Blink on the Batrider. Nice care pace by Funnick. Actually gets an impale onto the Chain Frost is going to be used as well, and the Vendetta hit will secure the kill on Jotham. Funnick is going to be paying with his life, however. Wow, that bounce. What? Like, what the heck was that?
10 bounces, man. And or are you talking about the long
distance,
range? Yeah.
That was like an 800 to 900 range bounce. Kuro casually walking by his friend.
So apart from that good engagement from Virtus.Pro, we talked about how Virtus.Pro had the better lanes. What made Na'Vi kind of had this good comeback here as they were kind of taking the lead as well? Havos, he should be fine. Yeah, there's no silence from Drow. Yeah, what allowed Na'Vi to actually have this kind of crazy comeback throughout these kind of early games?
It's just the area control that they have is so large, like behind a storm, even a tornado and a fissure are very long range that a lot of people have a hard time perceiving how far away you have to actually be to be safe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So a lot of these fights I think just happen simply because VP thinks they're safe when they're really not. Like this, for example. NS thinks he's okay.
Long range follow-up.
He's not good. He's dead. You know? It's not great.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And the problem with all these long-range spell means for Illidan is that he really won't have a good area to farm in. Like, he can't farm that top lane, for example. So I think with that Helm of, or Mask of, whatever the lifesteal item is called, he should be jungling a little bit more.
I don't know, man. I think that once you lose your tier 1s and you're a Drow, suddenly your game becomes really freaking difficult, especially when you die again. And that's going to be a killing spree for Havos. Arrow from G makes contact on Havos. He's pretty much totally out of mana. He's actually got 2 Oblivion staffs towards his Orchid. Here comes Blink in. They're going to find Kuro. Lasso's there. Another nice care pace from Funnick. His reactions have been more or less spot on so far. Dendy from the back throws out an EMP. Looks like Earthshaker is going to end up going down, so Kuro not too happy about that, but they should be able to pick up G. He actually aggressively leaped in to go for a support kill. Dendy, in the meantime, he's going to be picking off Jotham. Black Hole on just one, despite for the Vengeful Spirit. Batrider, the only one left. Thunder, he's trying to make it out. It ain't gonna happen. Looks like a tier 1's gonna be coming off the back of this too. And a lot of this to me is simply Na'Vi knowing when they have to take the fights, where they have to take them, and how the best thing they can do to stop Illidan from really getting the game that he wants.
Yeah, to me this just shows that sometimes it doesn't matter if you don't have the best lane in terms of draft. I have to remind you that Stormster had to solo against the Batrider. Well, I say solo, Kuroki was there with the Earthshaker sometimes. But I mean, Havos has, what, 11, 12-minute Orchids for...
And Treads.
For losing... Yeah, and Treads. It's not like he just rushed it. For losing the lane. And when I say losing lane, he didn't have a good time there. It just shows you, like, yeah, you just take advantage of the weakness of this Drow, teleport up top lane, and just get, what, 3, 4, 5 kills, and now you're Gucci. You're ganking now.
Suddenly game isn't so bad. And it looks like Dendy is actually going for Yules. Now, how do you feel about Quaswex Yules? Because I know I like it actually in a lot of cases because it's very easy to make sure that you guarantee your EMP.
Sure.
Since so many invokers who go this build have pretty low levels of invoke given the level that they are. Some people opt to go 1 Exort just for things like deafening and ice wall. That's actually what I do, but Dendy has opted to go for the 2 early invoke. How do you feel about like just Yule's actually gonna have to wait because Funnick's super dead?
Yeah.
But you know, you could probably just answer anyway because he wasn't really getting away from that.
I actually, perhaps he got it for more of the utility reasons, like how it's good. Obviously, mono regen, the movement speed works so well when you have things like phase and the 3 Wex orbs. The ability to cancel silence from Draw Ranger. When Bat Rider comes in and lasso one of your allies, you take him up in the air. I just think like all of the other things it does for you, in addition to all those you know, the EMP-ness that you talked about, I just think it's a great item. Sure, it's not giving you like a Deafening Blast and Sunstrike and all that stuff, but it's still a great item.
Sentry down, Kuro sees him. He goes for an enchant instead of using Echo first, so he's going to eat an arrow to the face. Ends up dropping immediately. Blink still up, but he's going to get hit by a tornado. Dendy, very nicely done. Stops the blink counter initiation coming out from VP.
But that's fine, I think, because, I mean, that was a 3-4-man smoke gank, and they got an Earthshaker, and they will re-smoke.
Well, it was Mirana ulti.
Oh, well, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, now they will smoke up for the first time, and then you now go for Havos, but how do you actually get them? You have to get a silence and then a magic missile, perhaps? Or maybe a swap into a silence?
I think it's too hard, actually, to gank him. Because
Blink Lasso.
you can silence farther away than you can actually auto-attack on that hero, and plus it pushes him back.
Yes.
So you're basically throwing him away. Wow, what an arrow. Hits Funnick, does stun him. Here comes the EMP combo onto poor Thunder, and he ends up going down. Orchid on a shot. I'm not going to see a Chain Frost coming out just yet. And Na'Vi, they want to pursue this. Illidan still stuck on the high ground. Defensive swap from NS, wants to get him to the tower, but Funnick will not be denied. Throws at the Impale. It's going to be a double for Funnick, and Dendy gets a kill in the meantime. Poor Lich, man. He's like the Trixie of this game. He just unfortunately couldn't get his ulti. They're diving on NS now. Arrow gonna land on Puppey, but gee, what really can he do at this point?
You can leap out.
I mean, he did. But I'm just saying, VP feels incredibly behind, just in every sense. They just don't have a solidified way of taking a good fight. Yeah, even with Blink Initiation, they can't do anything.
I mean, Blink Initiation is nice, but they could only, like, they barely kill one. And it's now with things like Yule Scepter, Fissure, those long-range way of dealing with it, they just have no way to now to kind of continuously win the fight. Kuroki, as well as Dendy, just tanking this Tier 1 tower. They really want this one. Not even we're going to wait for when the glyph comes out. And they're going to tank it a little bit more. Okay.
Oh, TP's coming in. NS going down. EMP going to be used. NS is not even going to get a spell off. He just TP'd into death. That was unfortunate. So, tower and a support down. Yule's going to be used on Jeep. He's going to casually leap away.
So my question is, do you have any Na'Vi players on your fantasy league?
I actually don't think I do.
You have Funnick, but you don't have him in this game.
Oh, yeah, I have Funnick, but he's not. Man, why isn't Funnick playing for me right now? Funnick, please.
Funnick is wrecking right now.
I mean, I can't be mad at him. It's my fault, you know. He could be getting me some sick points. I could be crushing James, but instead I just totally forgot to put him in.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
I know I have Dendy and I have Puppey, and
they're both doing very well.
Exactly.
Your team is... You're playing against Bruno, right?
Yeah, Bruno's a knockover. So
yeah. Bruno's got like 1/2 of a point.
See, the Fantasy League doesn't reward you more for how hard you're winning. It just gives you the same amount of points regardless of... Yeah, you just win.
Oh, blink forward. NS going to eat a Malphus. Tornado coming out as well from Dendy. Long range. EMP is going to follow, but it's going to whiff.
So, when you're this far ahead, here's an easy question to answer. When you're this far ahead, how do you close out a game for some of our like newer viewers?
Okay, so if you're Na'Vi, you clearly have pretty darn good initiation potential. The best thing to do is to always keep lanes pushed, always occupy your enemy's jungle, and as seldom as you can, retreat to your side of the map, because the name of the game is pressure, and you either win by initiation and just taking really good fights, or you win by asphyxiating the team that you're playing against by just consuming the whole map. Instead of giving them 3 lanes in a jungle to farm, you just go
exactly
deep.
Like this, right? Yeah. Roaming behind tier 2, gets 1 kill. And,
you get them where you think they're safe.
Oh man, the blink in, the blink out here. Illidan's gonna get swapped back here by NS. Nice lasso, but immediate Yule Scepter, that's the utility. Nice silence here coming out from Illidan to keep his ally safe. And he's actually going in here. Arrow's gonna hit, but they just don't have enough damage output. Navi's fighting behind tier 2 towers. They're gonna win this fight easily. Where's the 1-man black hole? He doesn't have mana. He's gonna get
He wants to, man. He really wants to.
He blinks back out.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. But yeah, typically, this is pretty textbook Na'Vi, to be honest. They know as soon as they have an advantage, they start taking fights all over the place. They always give themselves multiple ways to start engagements. They can do it with Dendi. They can do it with Havost. They can even do it with Funnick, honestly, or Puppy at this point, because he has a Blink Dagger. So there's multiple methods for them to play aggressive, which is what they love to do. Looks like the stun and Mules there was a little bit mistimed, and Arrow's going to be a bit off the mark. But NS, nonetheless, going to be going down. And it's 21-9. I think that VP are kind of running out of options very quickly here. I think that's kind of obvious, as was that ward placement, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that immediately get sentry'd. But, you know, Kuro, he did it, man. He did his best.
You got to try sometimes. If you get away with that ward, you get so much vision. So it's a good try. So here's a harder to answer question. If you're VP, you're so far behind with carries such as Mirana as well as Drow that needs a lot of room to get back into the game. Well, I was going to ask how they're going to get back in the game. It does not start by Illidan getting picked off like this.
Well, I don't know if he's even going to go down. Dendi still has a tornado. Oh, he blinks forward. Okay. Very aggressive. Kuro coming in from the side. Havost gets G in the meantime. And yeah, that's going to be another black hole. Chainfrost doing quite a bit of work here. Unfortunately, Jadam's not going to seal any kills with it. And it looks like 3 down again on the side of EP. So I'll tell you how to not get back in the game. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But it's really
it's
hard.
Not their fault. Like when you have so many blinks, let's count out the blinks. So you have 1 on Invoker, you have 1 on Funnick, you have 1 on Puppy, and then obviously Havost has 1 built in naturally.
Right. It's actually better than a blink.
Yeah.
Costs mana, but I think it's worth the mana cost given what it actually...
Given that it's free, you don't have to spend 2150, you know?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But I really love this draft from Na'Vi because it's very fitting for their style of play. And whenever they get lineups like this, and I'll be honest, Funnick's Nyx has got to be like the best Nyx. I don't think there's anybody who plays that hero better than him. Like every stun hits multiple heroes. And let's remember, it's not a targeted stun anymore.
Yep.
This is like, you got to line it up.
Okay, long arrow hits. There's no way that Moonlight Shadow's not going to work here. Illidan gets fissured, and Tornado's going to come in Storm, as well as Dendi. What an initiation. Look at it. When these guys go, they all go. The coordination is insane.
Yeah. I mean, this does not look like the Na'Vi that I saw in the MLG TKO League.
Yeah.
This looks like a Na'Vi who came to win.
Yeah, this looks like the TI2, the TI3 finals Na'Vi, where they are wrecking hard. And they make it look easy. 28-9 is the final score.
Yeah, no doubt. I have to say, I didn't think that VP's draft was necessarily terrible by any means, but I do think that it left themselves pretty vulnerable during the mid-game. We were talking about how they kind of had to make it to a point where they could actually get BKBs. Na'Vi just never gave them the opportunity.
Right.
Even though the lanes didn't go phenomenally well for Na'Vi.
They got first blood, remember?
Yeah, they got first... Well, right, but he got first blooded. Right.
No, I'm saying, yeah, VP did well early. They got first blooded, or they first blood somebody. They won mid because they had 2 heroes there. Bat had an advantage lane on the bot lane, and I think Drow was doing well. He even killed Funnick one time on the top lane.
Yeah. Well, looks like VP is going to be taking a loss here, and Na'Vi get their 2nd win back-to-back here in the ASUS ROG DreamLeague. But we are going to have to take another break, guys. We will be back with the last game of the day. It's going to be Alliance taking on Sigma after the break.